Welcome back to another day
at Riggs Motorsports.
Hey, yeah, so we've been working on the Civic a bit more. We got the driver's side not done, but closer. I got this whole door sanded today, taken all the way down, or up I guess, to 400 grit. We went over this panel, the quarter panel, real quick. We still got to take out the line where the pinstripe was, because for some reason the paint was like raised on either side of it. Do that, sand down the edges around the gas tank, or the gas. Sand down this molding, get the roof done. It's almost done. We just got to get inside here in the rain gutters, and that's pretty much it.
Do you want to go over like the process so far, kind of like step by step?
Yeah, so mostly on the flat spots of the car, we're using this sander with a 400 grit, and we're just taking it straight to that, and it turns out pretty smooth. On parts that aren't flat, we grabbed 150 grit, went over parts, and then took 400 in our hand and went down that too. So pretty much just simple sanding. But we're taking our time and making sure it looks good, so hopefully the paint will turn out good.
And what do we do with filling like little pinholes and stuff? I know Dad and you have gone through a couple stages.
For little pinholes, he just put the Bondo and body hardener on it. I don't know if I can, oh yeah, like that spot right there. And then sanded it down and it's covered. For dings, just put Bondo body hardener on and then more body hardener on top of that. Sanded it down, and then once it gets painted you won't see the ding. Yeah, so it's getting there. Hopefully we'll get it painted by next weekend. That's kind of the goal.
But like I said, guys, we're going to be kind of doing a video of the whole process, going through the paint of the car. We're going to try to set up a camera in here and get our dad basically videotape throughout the whole process, and we'll probably do a little sped up sequence for that. But stay tuned.
Jesus, man. It's like when you're trying to put a fitted sheet on a bed.
We're just shooting primer so it doesn't have to be quite this clean.
Muscle.
What the hell?
Now it's even going better.
Now this is just getting the
Activator,
catalyst. It's in there. I just
So it's like a plunger it hits or something?
it just opens up. It's got a little spike there, and it's got another canister inside.
Qué cosas. 30 plus 14. This is what we sprayed so far on this side. Chance is spraying the Duplicolor prep spray on this side over here, getting it ready for the primer. Just gotta shake it up. Alright guys, so primer is sprayed on the car as you've seen in the last clips now. And next step is to sand at 600, and then we should be good to spray the actual paint itself. Here we're gonna pop it open. We looked at it the other night and it looked pretty awesome. That was the first time we've seen it. I kind of wanted to give you guys an indication of what it looks like because it's hard to picture unless you've seen it yourself. It's got a little bit more metallic in there than I expected, and some nice hues of colors or whatever. So it looks pretty good. I think it'll look pretty sweet. It might be kind of hard to tell.
It's not mixed.
Yeah, it's not mixed yet, but in those spots that are mixed on the edges there, you guys should be able to get an idea of what the color is going to look like.
Yeah.
Especially with the metallic in there compared to our paint, which pretty much had no metallic in it, it looked like, to begin with, or very little. So
Yeah, if you're curious enough, you could just look up Kaiser Silver NSX.
Kaiser Silver NSX, maybe Kaiser. We haven't decided yet.
Kaiser.
Yeah, here's our fast hardener that I mentioned in, I think, our intro clip of this video. And there's our clear coat or top coat right there. And we tried to get some better materials, as I mentioned, so hopefully the paint turns out pretty well. We're kind of doing everything we can to make sure it does.
Remember all the little chunks out and stuff. I primed it heavy in the edges. When we first got the primer, things started coming on.
So I didn't film the first part just because I started right away and it laid really quick, but I'm spraying the grill with some primer. We're using this flat gray primer, wood, metal, plastic, and more. It says it bonds to plastic, that's why we got this one in particular. So I'm just doing light coats all around, just misting it, not spraying up real close, just getting far away and going over it so, you know, nothing runs. Once this dries, I'll probably give it another coat, flip it over, and do the back side. But we're going to be painting that same color as the car, so everything matches. Kaiser Silver. It's going to look really good. Got the pups out here. There he is. And there is the backside done. Gonna let it cook in the sun for a bit. Front side already dried, so once that's done, give it another coat and then give it one more on the front side.
Alright guys, it is officially the weekend where we spray the Honda here. Just have to get some tedious work done before that can happen. As you can see, my dad's 85 Chevy C10 back here is taking up about half the garage, and for us to roll it out so we have room to spray everything, I have to clean out the bed here. We got a whole smorgasbord of things: wheels, tires, parts, valve cover, various random boxes, a welder, pretty much you name it, it's in the back of the truck here. So I'm gonna get going on cleaning out the back of the truck so we can roll it out, make a little makeshift booth in here for the weekend, get the Honda sprayed. We need as much room as possible because the front bumper here needs to get sprayed, obviously. The lip, we're going to hang the grill from the ceiling so we can spray it, or we got a little some stands, I can't remember which one. Dad brought home some wood, I believe, probably to make both. We have the license plate holder in the rear here. We have to spray the side skirts. So all this stuff's gonna take up a lot of room. Room is one of those things we're always constantly fighting. Always constantly. That's how bad it is, really. So I'm gonna get going on cleaning that up. We're gonna get the garage ready to spray the Civic. Super stoked about that. It's been kind of a long process, but it's been honestly a really fun process. I've had a lot more fun doing it than I thought I would. Learned a lot about sanding and just kind of getting body prep ready. At this point, we're getting excited. We definitely want to spray other things in the future, especially after we see how this turns out. Okay guys, I think it's safe to say the bed in the 85 C10 is cleaned out, ready to be moved outside. So we have the garage free for space so we can paint the Civic. Plans for tomorrow, we're gonna push the truck out, move the car kind of like diagonal in the garage so we have room for like the bumper over there, some side skirts over there, spots to spray those. We need to prime any spots that haven't been primed or any things that haven't been primed yet. And then also we are gonna finish off by wet sanding everything down with 600. And then Sunday, like I said, we are ready to spray. So getting super excited. It's getting closer and closer. It was just an idea a few months ago. Now it's coming into reality. So pretty stoked about that.
Damn.
I mean, you could put top coat on that.
Yeah,
and it'd come out
that looks
like a nice paint job.
It looks like paint itself.
I mean, that shit just comes on.
Yeah, it's that plastic primer, right?
Yeah, but it's the prep.
Yeah.
It's all about all the grits that you use in unison.
Yeah.
Gives you that smooth ass finish.
Yeah, you can't see any like imperfections.
So that's 400. We're gonna wet sand 6, so it's gonna come out even smoother when we lay paint on it.
Yeah. Damn. Damn. How many coats are you gonna do on these?
Let me just do one more.
And the bumper is wiped down. Getting that primed here after the skirts. I mean, it's not fully dry, but there's like no obvious wet spots. Yeah, you can't even see where we put some body filler. It's like right around this area. Covered it all up.
You know, when that's getting full, I like to put all this in there if I can.
Yeah, it looks like it'll fit.
So I want to make another one. Okay.
Alright guys, so I get home from work. The car is pretty much completely sprayed. They were working on a couple things. The roof had some issues. It was dripping some water from our spray gun. It was just getting too much water coming out, even with 2 water separators, one on the tank and one on the gun itself. So we're still gonna have to mess with that a little bit probably. But that's since been fixed. I've been messing around with the video, importing all these clips, and took a nap, picked up food, things like that. And a ton more progress has been made. It's looking way better than before. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Let's get a little walk around of how the car's looking now. Also the bumper, the grille, the license plate holder in the rear, that's all been sprayed. The side skirts. Throughout the process, there's been a couple spots, obviously, everyone's not going to be happy with. Dad and Chance have been either sanding on the roof here. Dad just used some isopropyl alcohol. It was actually able to remove the paint that was sprayed, and then it was resprayed, and it's looking really, really good, as you can see. He's working on a spot on this side, getting that to his liking. This one actually required being resprayed with primer and obviously sanding, and then another coat. So far we've done probably, we're thinking 2 light coats, 2 heavy coats, and it's getting pretty damn close to completion. Like I said, I haven't been out here in about an hour and a half since I got home, and it's looking way, way better than before, so I think everyone's getting pretty stoked on that. What do you think, Chance?
It's looking good. Should get the clear coat put on tomorrow.
Clear tomorrow?
Cheers.
Anything I didn't mention that you want to talk about, because you were here for the actual spraying process during my absence while I was at work?
No, kind of covered it all. Just a little bit of contamination in the spot that Dad is doing right now. We don't really know what that came from, but thinking maybe some of the isopropyl alcohol got left over, didn't evaporate all. So, but what he's doing now should fix that. So should get the clear coat put on tomorrow.
As we mentioned before, this is our first actual paint job. Dad's never sprayed a car either, so we're all learning a ton throughout the whole process. It's been a lot of fun. We have many other vehicles, probably like 4 or 5, that could use a paint job in the future. This is probably going to inspire us to paint a couple of those vehicles coming up soon, and this is looking awesome.
Not the line, asshole.
I like the party. She turned down the spraying area.
Looks better already, doesn't
So
it?
far, so good.
Make me a lot happier knowing I got this stupid thing, okay?
Would have already screwed up.
I should have used one of my headlamps.
He just follows me around the light.
Light monkey. Ow. See? Light monkey.
There we go.
Hey, this is a PG channel, Chance.
This one's been a pain in our butt.
Woo! Sure as hell looks flawless on camera. Looking good.
So we just sprayed some clear coat on. This is the second coat. This one came out a lot nicer than the first one. You see just how shiny it is already. That's the dark side. Let's take it to the back. Yeah, you can actually see the reflection in it. It's cool. I don't think you've ever been able to see a reflection in the Civic.
Not at this magnitude.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that little flake in there, I don't even see it. I barely see it. I watched it fly off the plastic and go, ah.
Oh, that was a paint flake? I was wondering what it was.
Plastic.
Yeah, and the molding's the same color. That looks amazing. Yeah, with the light, you can see a bit of the sparkle.
Metallic.
Yep. Yeah, the bumper looks amazing. I think this probably turned out the best.
I think this piece or this piece.
Yeah, the smaller ones.
I was worried about those and they turned out really well.
Oh, the lip, you can definitely see the metallic.
I know, I think the lips being the same color is going to look so good. Almost makes me have to want to get those. I don't know, it looks good. I don't know. I almost like to put the lights in it, but
I know, fog lights would look kind of cool in that. One day, maybe.
adds weight.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah, and this piece turned out really well too. This goes on the back or the license plate. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that piece will go cover that, so you don't have to see that ugliness. But it's all starting to come together. The roof looks a lot better too.
And we'll have to cut above it.
I don't know if we filmed what the roof looked like when we painted it, but there was some imperfections, so we had to sand over that again. But that is looking a million times better.
Alright guys, it is now a couple days later since we've sprayed the car. Everything's pretty much how it's going to look now at this point. We've been doing a little bit of wet sanding just to get rid of the orange peel. Very, very light wet sanding, I believe with a 2000 or 2500 grit. I want to say 2500 grit.
25.
Yeah, so this is pretty much how it looks now. Everything turned out really, really good. Probably better than we expected, I imagine. You can actually see some reflection in like this license plate holder, for example. We'll do a quick little walk around of the car. Dad is repairing a spot right here, as you can see.
That was just a spot the tape was covering so the paint didn't get to it. He's already pretty much fixed it.
Yeah, pretty simple, easy little fix. There was a spot over here on this driver's side door you guys saw in a previous clip that needed some work. That has since been fixed and it looks really good. You can't tell that it was ever repaired. Some spots up here, for example, they've been wet sanding already and it's completely smooth compared to like down here. You might be able to see a little bit of orange peeling. That just needs the wet sanding and that's gonna look as good as up here. It's a little dirty right now. It's got some debris on it from wet sanding, but yeah, the car turned out really good. We just need to put it back together. As you can see, the front bumper, the grille, license plate holder, side skirts. Should just be a process over a weekend, Saturday probably, and then it'll be taken care of. Pretty easy stuff. This color looks really nice with our carbon fiber front end. It's a little bit darker than the silver we had before, especially in certain lighting. So it looks really nice, so we're just really happy with it overall. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the end of the video. Really happy with how the car turned out. Stoked we got to document the whole process so we can go back and watch it. Like I said, in the future, we're gonna be painting some other things soon. I think maybe the 4Runner may be up on the list. We're thinking like the new army green color that they have on the new 4Runners and Tacomas. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. It's already dark green, so it should look really good with it. Other than that, we have the built H-Series bottom end that's gonna be dropped in this soon. We already started a video, so that should be out in the next few weeks after it's dropped in and the video is completed. If you did enjoy this video, drop us a like. It helps us smaller channels a lot. Hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It'll just let you know when we drop a new video. I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the end of the video. Riggs Motorsports. I think I might get murdered back here. Riggs Motorsports, check it out.